Okay, so this movie was our poll of the month, and it is a movie that you killed me with. You still picked it?
Man, your shoes are totally dirty. Let me just clean those up then.
Tic Tac.
Squig. So I guess reading up on IMDb, this is a movie that was supposed to be a kids movie turned into a horror movie. Didn't know you could turn a kids movie into a horror movie, but here we go. That's what we got.
It was a horror movie in the fact that it was so horrible to watch.
That's why I like using horror. You can reference horrible.
Go here and they have this little leprechaun puppet, and he looks ridiculous.
I mean, Chucky was much better. They did the exact same thing, pretty much same story, just not a leprechaun, but Chucky. And he's a little guy, he goes around and murders people or whatever. That's a much better, and I didn't really care for that one either, but it's still better.
The only person that actually acted in the movie after this movie is probably Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. And she played a character that I absolutely despised, so...
Like, that is so uncool. Like, yeah, she was ridiculous.
She was that upscale, brat.
Yeah, and pretty much even the way I'm talking, how pathetic that was how she was acting. So
I know what it's like when a guy caresses my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's like the worst writing ever.
I like her Jennifer Aniston impressions. Okay, let's go actors. Let's start with that.
The other people? I don't know who you are. I don't even care who you are. There's one guy who's supposed to be like special needs or something. I don't know.
And he did a horrible job, let me say, at special needs because maybe it was the lines he was better. I don't know. I'm gonna say it was his fault. All right, since the main star here is the Leprechaun himself,
let's talk about him.
There you go. Now,
Warwick Davis. You've seen him in movies like all the Harry Potter movies. He's from the Gringotts Bank. You've seen him in a movie called Willow, if you go back that far, which I think is probably 90s too, actually.
This is where he comes in handy because he digs back.
You've seen him he's in all 6 Leprechauns. So you've seen him in those. You've seen him in some other like friendly Leprechaun movies. Yes,
he does an okay performance for a really creepy little guy. Let's address the horror factor, shall we? Were you scared or startled or...
You know what? You can go back to for a 90s movie, you're very disappointed because, even back in the 80s, the horrors were cheesy, but they were still scarier than
this. They still had something.
It's almost like a precursor to like the Jason movies.
You think?
Freddy vs. Jason. Well, you can't kill this leprechaun.
Well, that's what came of this, basically, on your story. Yeah, but it's the same kind of idea. It's a creature that you cannot destroy. They got 6 movies out there of this, and they're going to be rebooting it. Hopefully they do a good job. But
6 movies?
I don't know how they managed 6 movies. And they're going to reboot it with WWE Studios.
So the little leprechaun, he'll be a little midget, but he'll be doing WWE moves.
Which...
What?
And there was no substance to be scared at. It was... you're kind of laughing. But
nothing else to say.
Yeah. This is where we just kind of sit here for a minute.
Why did you choose it for us, people?
Yeah, why? Why are we reviewing this? It's your fault. So some of these scenes really don't make sense in this movie. Like, there's things that you can think of, I don't know, maybe we didn't think of back then, but you're thinking now, like, why doesn't she just grab her stilettos and just, like, stab the little man in the head?
And that's the word of the day, stiletto. S-T-I-L, etto.
Etto. Italiano.
There's a Leprechaun movie that we go into the ghetto later on, so...
There you go. Italian people live in the ghetto. Just so you know. Right?
And then their whole comical thing is to throw in him looking at shoes and cleaning shoes every once in a while.
Yeah, which, hence the intro, and that was a horrible throw-in, because that comes out of nowhere, completely left field. Yes, he will kill you, but then polish your shoes. Alright, we've put ourselves through torture for these people. The least we can do is give them a rating for this.
I don't even think it deserves a rating, but I'll still give it a rating. I'll give it a 1.
I'm looking back in the back of my head right now, thinking of all the ones that you've given 1s to, and there's not a lot. I don't think it was more horrible than New Year's Eve, so I give it a 1 as well. This one gets a 2 out of 10 shoes. On to the next review.
If only these were shoes.